Ever since I was a child, I could see the future. The first time I met my sister's boyfriend, I was only 5. Even then, I knew I would marry him one day. So, when my sister and her boyfriend talked about marriage, I made sure to sit next to Jack. I moved a vase little by little with my mind. Mom warned me not to cause trouble, so I pushed the vase closer to Jack. I wanted him to notice me, but his eyes stayed only on my sister. I was born with the gift to foresee and sense the future. People came from everywhere asking for my help. I tried to help those who truly needed it, but that day I suddenly felt suffocated. A scream tore from my throat. My sister rushed over to comfort me. I whispered that death would soon come to our family. The next day, at a family gathering, Father's political enemy made a move. He poisoned the wine. But in the end, it was my sister who drank it by mistake. By the time I realized something was wrong, she was already lying in bed, no longer breathing. I was filled with guilt over her death. I hated myself for only seeing the pain, and not being able to stop the tragedy. From then on, I shut myself off. I stopped speaking. I treated my silence as punishment for myself. Jack didn't know any of this. He was still working in the mines, toiling in endless darkness. Later, he finally saved enough money to marry and buy a house. But my sister was gone forever. Unable to face the cruel reality, he left the city. More than 20 years passed. Jack became extremely wealthy, but he never married or had children. Until one day, he noticed my face was so much like my sister's. A bold thought flashed in his mind. He wanted to marry me, to hold on to the memory of his lost love. The next day, he proposed. I hadn't spoken for over 20 years. My gift made people afraid. My parents always thought I was destined to be alone. They were happy someone finally wanted me, but the choice was mine alone. I had already seen my fate. I wouldn't fight destiny, so I said yes without hesitation. After years of silence, I spoke again. Jack and I got married. We moved to a country estate. Soon, I became pregnant. My parents wanted to visit us. I sensed danger and urged them to take the train. But Father insisted on driving his old car. Halfway there, the brakes failed and it crashed into a train. When I learned my parents had died, I was devastated, almost fainting. Not long after, I gave birth to a daughter. By the time she was 5, she was already learning the harsh truths of the world. One day, 2 unexpected visitors arrived at our home. At first, Jack thought they were beggars, but after talking, he realized they were debts from his past. The boy was born to a slave woman, and Jack had once humiliated and harmed her. Jack couldn't admit them publicly. He couldn't let the woman and child ruin his current happiness. So he gave them some money and sent them away, like chasing off stray dogs, but we didn't know. The silent boy had already set his angry eyes on his half-sister. He sneaked back to the estate, preparing a cruel revenge on my daughter.